So here we have a couple questions that refer to the introduction of polynomials, where you have to know how to name a polynomial according to the number of terms. You have to know what a polynomial is and isn't in general. You have to know how to rewrite a polynomial in standard form, and then how to find the degree of a polynomial. So for number one, we're circling all expressions that are monomials. So you have to know something about polynomials in general. First of all, if it's a polynomial, you cannot divide by a variable. There cannot be negative exponents. You cannot have decimal exponents, and there can't be an infinite number of terms for an expression to be a polynomial. And more specifically, if it's a monomial, it should have only one term. And terms are separated by plus and minus symbols. So taking a look at the very first expression, I noticed that this is the same thing as just 1/5 x. That's one single term, so this is a monomial. My next expression, again, is one single term. Even though there's an x, a 3, and a y, there's no plus or minus symbol separating, so that's a single term. The next expression has a negative exponent, so negative exponents are not polynomials. The next expression has two terms because it's separated by a minus sign, so that would be a binomial, not a monomial. The next term is just a constant, 5, and that is one single term, a monomial. And lastly, you cannot divide by a variable for it to be a polynomial, so we could cross that one out. Number two, which expression is in standard form? If an expression is in standard form, it goes from highest degree to lowest. So if I look at this very first expression, I notice that the first term has a degree of 1, it's just the exponent, and the second term has a degree of 2. So this would not be highest to lowest. In fact, I would have to rearrange this and put the negative 2x squared written first and then the 8x second. So this is not in standard form, how it's originally written. The next expression, I notice that it goes from the fourth power to the second and then the constants at the end. So in fact, this is in standard form, highest degree to lowest. And then this last one, your negative 5x should be written first and then the constant should be written second if it were in standard form. For number three, we're looking for the expression that is a trinomial. Trinomial has 3 terms. Again, terms are separated by plus and minus symbols. So if I look at the very first expression, I notice that it has 2 terms, so this would be a binomial. The next expression does have 3 terms, so there's our answer. It is a trinomial. The third expression is a monomial because it only has, it's only one term. There's no plus or minus sign separating. And then again, this last term is a monomial as well. For number 4, we're going to find the value of a, to make sure that the degree of this is 11. So again, the degree, if it has multiple variables, multiple exponents, to find the degree, you add all of the exponents. So right now I have 6 plus a plus 2, and our degree has to have a total of 11. So if I add my 6 and 2, that would give me 8. So 8 plus how much more make 11, or in other words, subtract 8 from both sides. So the missing degree here is a 3. So this should be 5x to the 6th, y to the 3rd, z to the 2nd. And this would have a degree of 11 because you just add 6 plus 3 plus 2.